Just getting ready in the morning. We're about ready to hike out. It's just about 10 minutes after 8, 15 minutes after 8. This is the Saunders shelter. And well, it's a pretty area around here with these pine trees and lots of camping area back up this way. Places to hang your bear bags. I think everybody hung on those two limbs right there. And pretty big crowd last night. We had the shelter full and 4 or 5 tents around. And we're headed about 12.5 miles today to a campsite. And then tomorrow we get into the Grayson Highlands, and we're looking forward to that. So anyway, we're about to be ready to walk, and it's all good. We're going to pray and go. We'll see you shortly. All right, this is our first rhododendron that we've seen in bloom, and I really, really, really hope that when we get to Grayson Highlands tomorrow, that there's rhododendron up there that are already popping since they're out in the sun. That would be really incredible. That would add a completely new dimension to a beautiful area. So we're going to be hopeful for that. We're all out moving well this morning so far. And we're blessed again with warm weather and good friends. So we're thankful for that. Well, we're starting off climbing today. We got rocks, moss and ferns and rhododendron and pine trees and get out of here. Yep. Gab's coming up behind me. And we're going to be climbing most of the day today, but hopefully it's going to be gradual. We were looking at the maps and the topo last night, and I think it's not going to be too terribly bad. We have nearly 500 miles under our feet, so I think we're at a place where we're going to move on pretty well. And we're going to be positive and have a good day. And we're tenting tonight. We haven't done that in a while, but the shelters just aren't quite laid out in such a way that we can get to all the shelter, or to get to the next shelter, or it'd be too close or whatever. So anyway, we're going to head on up the trail and get busy here. It's going to be a wonderful day. Beautiful weather, good friends. Gavin's hiking strong. It's all good. All right, starting our climb today. But, I thought I'd pause and show you this ridge line that we're walking. I'm a little bit out of breath, but we'll be all right. Got the sun coming up over that way. It's up already. It's probably about 9 o'clock. Excuse me, or thereabouts. I'm hoping this is what our trail's like today. Up a little bit, flat a little bit, up a little bit, flat a little bit. Looks like it's going to be a fairly gradual climb most of the day. So we'll see what happens. But this sure is pretty. Well, we passed this pond right here. Not a good water source because you can see scum on the top of it, and it's not moving, even though we've got a pipe here that's pouring water out from the upper section into the lower. So one of the things that you have to be careful of is that when you're getting water, you get it from a pretty good water source. One that's moving, clear. You can see the water moving. You don't know what's been around in this area. There's probably lots of animals that come to this source, and they're not very discriminate about where they leave their waste. So that makes this not such an excellent place to get water. I guess people have camped here. I wonder if they got their water there. I don't see many footprints down there. But anyway, we're moving on up the trail. We're going to stop at the next good water source, which is going to be a stream crossing the trail, not too far up the road here. Well, this is where we're getting ready to join up with the creeper trail. Holy cow, there's our trail family. They've been here for a while, I bet. But, the Appalachian Trail runs with the Virginia Creeper Trail for a while.
Don't even think about it.
Yeah, buddy, they've been waiting on you.
We've been sitting here for like
Oh yeah, it's been a while. We're gonna walk up this way here a little bit.
Sit. I'm moving.
Yep. So anyway, we're gonna head on up the road. And it's pretty. Well, we're wandering along. There's a bridge footing. Somebody has googly eyes on the trail. And I forgot to show Beth the googly eye pictures that I've taken so far, because there's been quite a few of them. Trash cans and trail signs and shelters. We've got a nice stream, and we're actually on the Virginia Creeper Trail right now. Just hopeful that we don't get mowed down by some 8-year-old on a bicycle that's got no brakes. Little rock stacking going on right there on top of the trail blaze. We've got about a mile where the trail coincides with the Virginia Creeper Trail. Could be. Yep, Gavin says he thinks that's where they ate lunch when they came up here last summer. So anyway, we're plowing along, trying to make the 6-mile shelter for lunch and then go another 6 to a campsite. And I think we're probably around 3 miles from the shelter or so, having some lunch, and then we will plow forward. So we're moving on up the road. Well, still on the Creeper Trail. It's kind of funny, Angel has made out all along that she doesn't do ups, that she doesn't do up hills. And of course we've been saying that's not true. And you can see that she's forever more dusting us on this one. And we're well out ahead of Snow Cream and Hawkeye. But we're getting ready to cross this bridge here on the Creeper Trail. Hope we don't meet any bicycles. I don't want to have to jump off the edge to avoid an 8-year-old who's out of control. But I have the feeling we're going to have some pretty views off this bridge of this river down below us. Oh, here's a sign. Dedicated to Luther Hassinger. And we got a bench over here. Can't really make that one out. I think it's in honor of the Virginia Creeper Trail volunteers. So, now we're going over the bridge. We'll get out here and have some views in just a second of the. Here, I'll stop right here. Holding my camera with 2 hands. We got a trail or a stream junction down here, and that's awfully nice. Wow. Gonna have to come back and do the Creeper Trail. Definitely next summer. We're in the fall sometime. I like Damascus. I like this area. It's really pretty. Anyway, we're gonna head on up the hill. Stopping for the first reptile of the trip. Right here on the edge of the bridge. You can see him down in there. We got us a nice little black snake. That's pretty neat. Glad that's a black snake and not a copperhead or a rattlesnake or anything. Oh, sunglasses down. But yep, first reptile of the trip. Awesome.
Yep. Yeah,
Here comes the Virginia Creeper, folks. Coming on down the hill. Come on, guys, go on, get down the trail. Howdy. Hey. Heading across the bridge. All right, this is the Appalachian Trail down off the Virginia Creeper Trail. This is one of the branches of the river that join up down there underneath that really giant bridge that we saw a little while ago. And this is really gorgeous. Well, it's about 1:15. We have eaten. We made it to the shelter, and I completely forgot to video the shelter. It's a three-sided structure, open in the front, kind of like most every one of them that you've seen before. Nothing to write home about. It looks a lot like the one we stayed in last night, probably built by the same group. But we are now headed out toward Whitetop Mountain. And rumor is we're going to be doing a little climbing today. Hopefully it's a gradual climb. You know, when we went up Roan Mountain, it's a long ways up Roan Mountain, but the trail was graded in such a way that it didn't seem all that hard. And I hope we're going to have the same experience today. I haven't looked ahead to see if there's switchbacks, but surely there are. And we're going to camp just past the Forest Service road, or the road that goes up to the top of Whitetop. I don't know that we're going to walk up there, but we'll see. If we're feeling froggy tonight, we might drop our packs and go up there and watch the sunset. I would say we'll get up in the morning and go up there and watch the sunrise, but I know at least for me that's not going to be happening. I don't see very many sunrises out here. Saw one a few days ago that was really remarkable, but it just happened that the shelter was facing exactly the right way, and all I had to do was tilt my head back. I did go ahead and get up. I took a picture of it, and it was nice. But I hadn't seen very many sunrises. The trail right now is just really nice. It's up and down just a little bit. And concerned that it's going to turn straight up in a little while. We've got about 6.5 miles to go. And you know, I'd really like to not make a major league climb at the end of our day. If it can be graded gently, that would be a blessing. We'll see what happens when we get there. Well, hadn't done one of these in a while. Facing this way. We are climbing Whitetop Mountain. And one of the things that I was hopeful for is that the climb would be graded well so that we didn't have to do steep ups forever. And so far it seems to be that that's the case. You go up a little ways and then flatten out to catch your breath, and go up a little bit more and flatten out again. And I hope that's going to be the case all the way up. That remains to be seen, but I try to stay positive whenever I can. So right now I'm on one of those uphill sections. We'll see what we get on the other side of it. As long as it's not too steep uphill, I'm in not bad shape. Looks like we're going to go flat for a minute. Right there for a few feet. About 15 or 20 steps. And then we go up a little bit and we go down into some rhododendron, into a rhododendron thicket. And that'll be nice because it'll be cooler in there. We're kind of exposed to the sun here. So, climbing up just a little to get into these rhododendron. And here we are. Then it continues to climb, but it's gradual and gentle. Gentle enough I can talk to my camera. I can't aim it, but I can talk to it. To look where I'm going. I think I'm in the sun. See in just a second, the trail's going to turn. Yeah, there we go. So anyway, continuing on, doing a little bit more up here. And oh, there's a bald up there. I wonder if we go up and over that. I bet we do. We'll see in a little bit. Well, that bald is up there. It's pasture. We've got a fence stall right here. Oh, that's going to be fun. We're going to have to step over something. Didn't expect that. I figured it would just go in and around like this. Usually you don't have to step over something on the far side. And anyway, I'm through it. And the trail goes this way. And I bet we're going to go up and over this bald, over this pasture, but we'll see what happens. If I fall, I hope I fall to the left because I don't want to fall into this barbed wire to the right. Now we're pulling off of it. We'll see where it heads to. I see some steps up there, continuing to go up. I'm going to take a very brief break to breathe a little bit and show you the trail. We're going up Whitetop Mountain. We got nice rocks. They're covered with white flowers, and we've had a lot of white flowers. These are different from the ones we've seen before. What they are, They're pretty if you can pay attention to them, because we've also had tons of rocks. You really have to watch your feet. And we're going uphill. I would expect nothing less at the end of the day. I think we're probably within 2 miles or so of where we're camping, but who knows? We'll get there when we get there. And I bet we're going uphill most of the way there, but the trail sure is pretty here, were it not for breathing heavily and stepping over big rocks and big roots like that one right there. Alrighty, wow. I'm tired. This is our trail. These are big rocks and they're not fun. And we're going uphill. I don't mind rocks and I don't mind uphill. Wow, but to have them together at the end of the day, that's pretty tough. But we're moving on. We got less than 2 miles of whatever's in front of us to get to where we're camping tonight. I hope that the rocks will abate some between here and there. I wouldn't even mind a little bit of a flat section somewhere, but that's not it. So anyway, we'll see you in a bit. Well, this is looking back down the trail, and I do mean down because we've been coming up for a ways, and it's beautiful. But boy, it's been a haul. Kevin's gone on up. I think that's Angel and Bullfrog up there on that rock outcropping up there. Whew. Oh boy, I'm tired. It's harder going up, but hopefully we don't have much farther to go. Let's see what happens here just in a little bit. It sure is pretty out here. We've had to work for this one, but we're going to enjoy it. I guess that's the top of Whitetop up there. I'm not real sure. I don't see anything any taller, and that's what we're supposed to be going up and around. So I guess we'll check it out here in a little bit. Well, this is the top of Buzzard Rock. We're at least getting up there anyhow. We've been laid out here in the grass for the last little while, and it sure does have nice views up here. There's the way on up is this way, we think. I don't know how far up or over or whatever this goes, but we're about 1.1 miles from our campsite tonight, so I'm about ready to load up and go, although Snow Cream hadn't made it up here yet. We're not really sure exactly where he is, but he'll turn up here shortly, we reckon. We'll wait on him for a little bit, so. Anyway, well, we've had a nice hour probably or so, or 30 minutes at least, up here on top of Buzzard Knob. It's gorgeous up here. We're assuming that this is Whitetop up here behind us, and the good news is we don't go over that. We think we go off to the right side of it, but we're not sure exactly. We know the trail goes that way, but we don't know how far and that sort of thing. But we think we may be about done with our climb for the day, and that's kind of a nice thing too. So at any rate, we're gonna get ready to suit up here just in a little bit, but we're gonna let Snow Cream catch up to us. Here he comes, he has made it. He's a kicking. And let him catch up and get his breath a little bit, and we'll be on our way a little bit, and we got about 1 mile to the campsite. Talk to you soon. We are moving. We've got about 1 mile to our campsite. Rumor is that we're going to be flat and downhill. I'm in favor of that rumor. Hope to goodness it's true, because we have forevermore done some climbing to get to the top of Buzzard Rock. It was kind of some ridiculous mess. Rocks and uphills and downhills and roots and, oh, I said downhills. There weren't any downhills. Pretty much rocks and roots all the way. But see if we can muster the energy to get up and over this last little bit and move on here. That's a pretty rock right there. That might have been where we should have stopped to rest, but I just laid down on the grass and fell back. And as luck would have it, there were some tufts under the small of my back and under my head. I could have fallen asleep just right there had it not been for the sun glaring down in my eyes. But anyway, we're moving on. Whoa, something drops off right here. Where does this go? Oh, there's the trail. Okay, so the trail does go over this. There's some blazes. You go down and there goes Angel and Bullfrog. So guess I'll get down there and follow them. Man, this is pretty. This is pretty and treacherous, but it does look like it flattens out. Yay! So we'll talk to you in a little bit. Get over these rocks without falling, maybe. Well, that's a look back at where we came from. That's Buzzard Rock. That's pretty nice. And we don't have too terribly far to go yet, so I'm gonna spin this thing around and there comes Snow Cream behind us. Still have some views out that way. I'm gonna head on down here and get to the campsite and put up a tent and lay down in it. Probably eat some supper too. Not sure which order I'm gonna be doing this mess in. We'll see what happens. Alrighty. We're in the last little ways. Whoops, tree, root, rock, bless. Nice views up here. I'm gonna break my neck. I was gonna video for a minute, but then all of a sudden the trail got rocky again. But it's been a nice afternoon of hiking. Eventually, this last little mile has not been bad. I don't mind it a lick. 2 miles before it, you can have it. Rocks everywhere. But we're closing into our campsite. Hawkeye's already there. Snow Cream caught up with us. Glad to know he made it up the hill because we were concerned briefly because he was so far behind us, but it's all good and we're moving on. There's a spring 50 feet down the road. That means we're 1/10 of a mile on this side of the road and our campsite is 1/10 of a mile on that side of the road. If you can't tell by the sound of my voice, I'm really tired today. I'm ready to sit down and relax. Oh, sorry. So this is exactly where my tent is pitched. I'm leaning back at my tent. We've got several tents pitched up here on this little ridge. And we're on Whitetop, we think. And man, that's the view that we've got, and it's awesome. I'm gonna go down there and sit on those rocks and look in a little while, but I'm gonna get some supper and some water first. But nice place to camp tonight. Zoom in a little bit, maybe. There it goes. There it goes. So I need to hold it steady and come across, and you can really see forever out here, except for those power lines blasted. I have to put power lines in my view. But it's gorgeous.